The child, the teen, the young adult, the guide, the elder. 5 stages of life. 5 different ways we keep the mind young. From learning out of pure curiosity to rediscovering the courage to be a beginner again. In the next few minutes, we'll walk through these 5 seasons and explore the quiet secret to staying young at any age. Never stop learning. A storm at sea reveals who truly commands the vessel. When the waves tower and the winds scream, it's not the fury that saves you, it's the steady hand on the wheel. Anger is the hurricane that sinks more ships than any reef ever could. Picture a 5-year-old on their first sailing trip, watching their carefully built sandcastle get swept away by an unexpected wave. The tears come instantly, hot, immediate, righteous. In that moment, they want to hit the water back, to make the ocean pay for this injustice. Their tiny fists pound the wet sand where their castle once stood. This is anger in its purest form, raw, unfiltered. A brief madness, as Seneca called it. The child doesn't think about consequences or control. They simply react. The wave took something precious, and fury feels like the only honest response. But watch what happens next. Within minutes, they're building again, the storm already forgotten. At 5, anger burns bright and dies quickly, like a flare shot into the night sky. Fast forward to 17. Same child, now a young sailor working summer jobs at the marina. The senior crew members mock his inexperience, undermining him in front of the captain. They sabotage his work, ensuring he looks incompetent during the morning inspection. The rage that builds isn't the quick squall of childhood, it's a brewing tempest. He fantasizes about confronting them, about proving his worth through force. That night he lies in his bunk, plotting revenge scenarios that grow more elaborate with each passing hour. The anger feeds on itself, growing larger and more consuming. Like Seneca warned, it becomes unwilling to be controlled, angry even at the truth that his experience truly is limited. But this adolescent fury has a different quality. It's tied to identity, to proving himself worthy of respect. The anger isn't just about the injustice, it's about who he is, or thinks he should be. It's the storm that follows the ship for days, never quite breaking but never fully clearing. At 25, he's a first mate on a commercial fishing vessel. After months of careful work, a rival crew deliberately cuts their nets, destroying weeks of preparation and costing the entire crew their seasonal bonus. The financial blow is devastating. Rent is due, his girlfriend is pregnant, and his father's medical bills are mounting. This time, the anger is calculated, strategic. He spends days researching the rival captain's schedule, their boat's vulnerabilities, their crew's weaknesses. The rage has evolved from the child's tantrum and the team's brooding into something more dangerous, a focused weapon. But here's what Aristotle understood. Anger with purpose can be righteous, but only when wielded with precision. To be angry with the right person, at the right time for the right reason, this requires mastery most never achieve. The young man's fury burns hot, but it lacks the wisdom to know when striking back will only invite larger storms. He's learning to navigate treacherous waters, but still mistakes the strength of his anger for the strength of his position. At 40, he's now a seasoned captain running his own charter business. A client's reckless behavior endangers everyone aboard. They ignore safety protocols, interfere with equipment, and when confronted, they become belligerent and threatening. In front of his crew and other passengers, they question his competence and authority. The familiar heat rises in his chest. 20 years ago, this would have meant confrontation, perhaps violence. But now he understands what Marcus Aurelius meant. The consequences of anger are always more harmful than the circumstances that aroused it. Instead of erupting, he chooses delay, Seneca's greatest remedy. He calmly radios the Coast Guard, documents everything, and maintains professional composure while ensuring everyone's safety. Later, he quietly ensures the client is blacklisted from future charters and reports their behavior to the appropriate authorities. The anger is there, but it's no longer his master. It's a signal, information to be processed rather than a command to be obeyed. This is anger under discipline, not the absence of rage, but the conscious choice not to let it captain the ship. He's learned that the best way to avenge yourself, as Marcus Aurelius taught, is to not become like those who wronged you. At 70, he sits in his harborside study, reading a letter from a former employee, now a successful captain himself, describing a bitter dispute with harbor authorities over unfair regulations. The young man asks for advice, his anger burning through every word on the page. The old captain smiles, remembering his own storms. He drafts a response, sharing James Fallow's wisdom. Write the angry letter, but never send it. First, write everything you feel. Let the hurricane rage on paper. Then wait. Let the storm pass. Then write the letter you actually send. He tells the story of his grandfather, a lighthouse keeper who tended the beacon through countless storms. The lighthouse doesn't fight the storm, the old man had said. It simply stands steady and shows the way through. Anger is the storm that demands your attention. Wisdom is the lighthouse that guides ships safely home. The greatest navigation lesson he'd learned wasn't about reading weather patterns or understanding currents. It was recognizing that anger, like any powerful force of nature, could either destroy you or, properly harnessed, reveal the strength you never knew you had. In the end, mastering anger isn't about suppressing the storm. It's about learning to sail through it without losing your way. Every captain faces hurricanes. The difference between those who survive and those who are consumed lies not in the absence of fear or fury, but in the presence of something steadier. Like wisdom shared by the fire on a cold night, these lessons warm us not because they eliminate the darkness, but because they remind us we have the strength to endure it. The next time anger rises like a rogue wave threatening to swamp your vessel, remember, you are not the storm. You are the captain. Choose your course wisely.